Aloha, patrons and listeners. This is Stuart Yoshida, host of the OokTown Podcast, where we talk about all things ukulele. This is our end of the year podcast. It's going to be different from how we usually run it, and I hope you guys enjoy it and also enjoy the upcoming New Year. Hope you had a great Christmas, Hanukkah. Oh, and there's going to be a lot of shout outs in this one because this is my end of the year. Thank you to everybody. Plus, instead of doing one of those newsletters that everyone does for Christmas and sends it out, or I don't know, what do you guys do? Do you do anything for Hanukkah or anything year end stuff kind of stuff, Gerald?
Oh, so you asked the Jewish guy first for Hanukkah, huh?
Well, I don't know. Hanukkah comes first.
Okay. What do I do for Hanukkah?
I mean, do you send out newsletters or anything like that? I have no idea.
No. You like these family newsletters you talk about?
Yeah,
where
yeah.
About their kids and leaves
Right.
out the bad stuff.
Exactly.
Right.
And ignore the bad stuff. Exactly.
Right.
That's exactly true.
Yeah. Oh, we actually do that, but we don't send a letter out anymore. But we save them all, and it's actually one of the things that I do right before Christmas is I kind of go back to the first year that Kai and I were married, and I read all the letters, and it's actually kind of a neat way to kind of go back and see all the things that have happened and get an idea of when all these things happen. So when I go to Christmas dinner, I can say, "Oh no! When you sent me those striped checkered socks, that was in 06. I can tell you because it was in our Christmas letter."
Okay, so you just read. You don't send out letters. You just read everyone else's letters, and then you correct them when you go to the Christmas gatherings. Is that what you're saying?
No, I use our Christmas letters like a family history.
Oh, okay, all right. So you do send out letters. You do or you don't?
I make the letter. I just don't send it to anybody because nobody cares. Nobody cares, Stuart.
So you just write the letter, but you don't send it out.
Yes.
Really?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Why go through all the work? Because I tried many years, and every once in a while I'll get out a letter, but I'm never very good at that. So I don't know. I'm with you, Gerald. For Hanukkah, I don't think why send out a letter? I don't know.
No. Yeah, there's Hanukkah cards. People send out happy Hanukkah cards just like any other holiday.
But do they include the family stuff? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty much up to whoever wants to send the letter.
Okay.
Some people send a letter.
Right.
Every single year from the time I was 5 years old until I was 25, my Aunt Marie would send me a Hanukkah card with a $10 bill in it. And
wow.
It would say, "Happy Hanukkah, George."
Maybe she was hoping for a nephew named George, and that just never happened.
She had a lot of nephews.
Yeah, okay.
She knew it was something with a G.
All right, close enough. Hey, Doug, I can see your rearview mirror now.
Oh, nice. Well,
don't. If you're driving, don't fix it. Okay, I think it's
no.
great.
I'm getting on the highway, so I'm gonna just leave it be.
Yeah, please do. Please do. All right, we don't want anything. Yeah, so instead of a Christmas letter, I'm just gonna direct everyone. I'm gonna write a Christmas card and direct them to this video, and do it that way. And I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Maybe this will be a complete train wreck, and I won't actually do it. All right. Well, like I said, I'm gonna have a lot of shout outs. The main things that I wanted to talk about was just talk about top 5 things you've tried. Maybe it's a gadget, maybe a new song, maybe whatever gift you got or want to get or gave yourself, whatever. Doesn't have to be a gift from someone, by the way. You can gift yourself, and we can talk about all of that. But then top 5 things that you're retiring. Maybe it's like a song that you're retiring. I don't know, some things that you're giving away to Goodwill, whatever it is. And then we can talk about goals and resolutions. That's kind of my yearly pep talk. I think I've done it maybe 2 years in a row, maybe just 1 year. All right. Well, so you guys think about that. And then I'm going to give some shout outs to all my guests, first of all, starting from the in January. Shout out to Victoria Vox, Lucy LaForge, Andy Andrews, Gerald Ross. There you are. And Gerald's on the show. Aaron Kime, Phil Doman, Mary Agnes Krell, Ben Hassinger, Craig Chi, and Sarah Mizell, Marcy Markser, and Kathy Fink. How do you say Marcy's last name, Gerald?
Pardon me?
How do you say Marcy's last name? Is it Mark? Markser. Okay, I got it. Close enough. Marcy Markser, Kathy Fink, Zoe Bestel, Abe Deshotel, Heidi Swedberg, and Daniel Ward, John Atkins, the ukulele teacher, Danielle ate the sandwich, Anderson, Aaron and Jeff of Victor and Penny, Ben from Ukulele Road Trips, and Mike Hind. I think I got all my guests for the year. If I didn't, I very much apologize. But wow, that's a lot of people, a lot of different people. Interesting side note. I started off the year with Victoria Vox, and then when I had them back on, I think the last podcast in November was also Victoria Vox and Lucy LaForge. So I don't know why that happened, but that was a nice coinky dink. And also shout outs to the peeps who are starting ukulele podcasts or starting them up again. I know there's Crabbers over in the UK, and we got Rose down under in Australia starting Ukulele Highway, and of course Abe Deshotel, who's doing his ukulele podcast. He couldn't be on the show because he's having to record his podcast too. Also, so that is a great thing to have more people doing podcasting. I think we should start a podcast network soon. We'll see. Okay. Doug. Right. Family. All right. So since this is for my you know what's weird, Doug, is that the main. I wonder if I can switch the screen here. All right, good. Wow. I apologize for people on Google because you were just seeing Doug's rearview mirror, and that was.
Yeah, but I was being real quiet though.
You were, but I think there's road noise that's tripping the camera.
And that little blue wire. That blue wire does not look good at all. I checked that out. That's an accident waiting to happen. It's got some loose.
Hey, that's my favorite chord.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's my favorite chord. All right, Doug, you may have done it again, but we'll see. I'm just figuring out that I can switch. I am in control. I can switch the picture. So sorry to
you control the vertical. You control the horizontal.
Exactly. All right. Yeah, I should. And you know what? I should pop over to the place over there, because usually Doug is the guy that is monitoring everything, but since he's driving, I don't want him to do that. So I'm going.
Don't worry about it. I got it covered. Yeah. I got it. Hey, watch it there, buddy. Hey.
Well, give us a different view at least. I mean,
Who are you honking at?
Don't you never mind who I'm honking at. It's all good. We'll be okay.
Okay. All right. So, I'll give a shout out to my family. Hey, Mom, Dad, Sue, Andrew. That's my brother-in-law. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. Mele Kaliki Maka. Ha'ole Maka Hiki Ho. And any of my friends or relatives who are brave enough to click on this, to put in this link into your web browser and see what the heck this podcast is about. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to you. I love everyone very much. Friends, family, everyone all over the world, all over the place. Thank you so much. Yes, I am. I did not get out the Christmas cards this year. I'm going to get them out late, so there'll be more like a thank you / Happy New Year / late Christmas, and hopefully they'll watch this show and they'll see that I do really appreciate them. Yeah, and that's a good point, Gerald. That these you make such a good point. The many times these letters are all about great things happening, and yeah, not that's not always the case, and it's tough to share that, but I think sometimes it makes it more real. So maybe we'll go into stuff that didn't go so well this year. All right, but let's talk about 5 gifts to yourself or things you received.
Okay. This year for Christmas, my beautiful family all chipped in and bought me a new handheld recorder,
Handheld.
a Zoom H6 handheld recorder.
Oh,
With you can have up to 6 input channels at one time. It's an audio recorder, not a
yeah.
video recorder.
Oh no, I'm familiar with that. That
Yeah,
is pretty top notch. So I
yeah,
think it even has like phantom power and it's battery operated or something.
yeah. It's battery operated. It's supposed to have really good battery. I haven't even opened it yet. It's still in the box. But what I use it for is when I make these videos. I have a Panasonic camcorder, a pretty nice
Mm-hmm.
one.
Yeah.
But the problem with making videos is that those little audio preamps and the sound you get in the audio in the
Yes.
camera is not that good. Even if you direct a line right into the camera.
Oh, really?
Oh
Even if
yeah,
you put a microphone into there?
yeah. The little from what I've heard, the preamps are not that great.
Okay.
And so what I do when I do the videos is I had a different handheld recorder. I forgot what company, but anyway, I plug my microphones into the handheld recorder, and when I make the video, I just record on the recorder and record the video with the camera. I use the strengths of
Oh,
both
right.
pieces of
Okay.
equipment.
Yeah, and so then you sync it up later on.
Yeah, I sync it up, and that's
Yeah.
pretty easy to do.
Okay.
Do you clap?
What did he say?
The clap.
Do you clap? Do you go action?
Yeah, I clap, or a lot of times I'll be working on a song, a video, and I'm on the 89th take of the song. A clap, I'll just kick my foot into something to make a noise so I could
Yeah. Wow. Okay, so they gave you sure it wasn't a Hanukkah gift? Well, anyway, I know what you're talking about, but very cool.
No, we celebrate in my house. We celebrate Christmas and we celebrate Hanukkah. The rule for holidays in our house, in my house, is if the holiday involves overeating and time off of work, we celebrate it.
No, okay. All right, very good. Very good. I like that. All right. Let's turn off autofocus here. I'm going to try something different. Is here. I think I froze up on the screen here. Why is that? All right. Hello, what happened here?
So I guess you're going to edit this part out.
I don't know what I'm going to do because now I lost my video here. This is like an extreme train wreck I'm having, and I'm thinking this is let's see what the heck is going on here. Anyway, you probably don't notice anything because
Well, Doug is gone. That's what I've noticed.
Yeah, he's probably gonna log back in. I think he's getting back in. Advanced, come on. Brightness, tone it down just a little color. There. Autofocus. Why is this? Okay, come on. HD webcam pro. Come on. What happened? Are you taking it over? I don't know what's going on. Sorry about those folks out there in Let's try this one. All right. FaceTime HD. What's this one? All right. This is the one. All right.
Okay, you're
Yeah.
moving now. I can see you.
Okay. Yeah. Now let's switch back to this and see if it's. Aha! Did it. Did it. All right. Okay.
Okay.
Back at you. Have to swap around. All right. So you got the Zoom HD6.
Or H6, whatever.
H6. Sorry.
Yeah,
H6.
and I have not tried it yet. I've read up a lot on it. I've seen a lot of instructional videos how to use it. I'm excited about trying it. It's supposed to be really nice.
It from everything I've heard, it's great, and it's really good for podcasting too. I mean, a field recording, I should say. I mean, if you want to do a podcast in the field, you can record them that way.
Yeah. And it
Yeah.
comes in a nice little carrying case, so you just don't leave it sitting on your shelf in your room. Keep your
Yes.
studio nice and neat.
Yep. All right. Well, that is one I definitely think we'll be looking forward to hearing you in the new year and see how that sounds.
Sure.
All right. Well, let's see. From my end here, I was going to bring this, but it's actually here. I don't know if I can.
Thank you.
What is? Oh, are you getting takeout?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
All right. This is just something fun I did. This is called a DC power meter. And I actually made it myself. I took all these components and put it together. Have a little input, little power plug, off on switch. Very, very fun. But really what I was doing was I was honing my maker skills. I'm gonna do a MIDI pedal so that I can do looping and sequencing on my computer, and we'll see how that goes. I don't know what is going on there, but I was trying to do a ukulele CD, and since I'm not a virtuoso, I'm not gonna be doing solo ukulele or anything like that. Nothing like you do, Gerald, because I don't have the chops, and I don't think anyone wants to hear me do that. And if they did, they would get really bored. So yeah, I'm trying something different. I like. I haven't really got into it, but I enjoy listening to looped music and sequence music. So that is the thing I'm working on for myself. And Mr. Doug, what did you get yourself here? Let's look what you got. Hey, what?
I got a
Yeah, why don't you show us?
a Wendy's cheeseburger.
A Wendy's cheeseburger. Nice.
And on top of that, I got a Waterman Kala Waterman ukulele.
Nice. What color?
Like
purple.
Yeah. Transparent. So,
yes. Is that for in honor of Prince? Because it's a purple,
Well, it's in honor of that was the one that was for sale that I found.
Yeah.
I've gotten worse and worse at Christmas as I've gotten older, because I'm now at the point where it's like, who knows what I want? Doug Brown knows what I want. So
exactly.
Doug Brown's going to go ahead and get that.
I'm all for that. I am all for that. Yeah, I mean, and my mom, and if she is listening, hey mom, love you. My mom long ago determined the best way to do this whole Christmas stuff is just tell the kids what to get her, and she's very specific. And I have come at first. I have to admit, Mom, if you're listening, at first, ooh, Doug, okay, I'm going to switch from you because you're getting me hungry. I'm watching you eat that hamburger. Okay, for those of you listening, Doug went to Wendy's, got takeout, showed us his hamburger, and I think those are fries also. Then started eating it, which I don't blame him, but then I started getting hungry watching Doug.
I think this is a product placement for your
Hey, that would be great because, Wendy should be able to put up some bucks for that.
Exactly. Well, I have been at work since 5, so.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Well, remind me to ask you what shows you had today. But anyway, getting back to my mom, real quick. Yeah, so I don't know when she started this. I think it was a while ago. At first, I wasn't really into it. It's like, oh, mom, come on, I want to be creative. I want to get you something that's really neat and something that you really like. And then I realized, well, she knows what she really likes, and she just tells us exactly what to get her, and it saves her the trouble, and it saves us the trouble. So wow, win-win all around,
Wait a
right?
second. You wanted to get your mom meat for Christmas?
Meat.
Yeah,
So
if you said it was really meat, and
no.
thank you. Dave Brown out there somewhere is laughing at that joke because
Okay.
so
Because
hey Dave, that's what I got you for Christmas. So yeah,
meat.
But
congratulations.
actually, I think that's the way. Once you become an adult, it's really hard. You buy stuff for yourself,
Mm-hmm.
and you know exactly what you want. If you're a musician and you want a new microphone for Christmas, and you have
Mm-hmm.
a specific model of the microphone you want, your friends, your family, your loved ones, they're not going to know that. You,
Right.
you have to tell them, and if they end up buying you, if you're if you are if you want a Shure microphone or some brand microphone, and they buy you something that they saw at Kmart because it says microphone on it, and they think that
Right.
they're fulfilling your wishes, it's not going to work.
You're right. You're right.
For a number of years, my mother-in-law, she was convinced that I was a bluegrass musician. I don't know how she got that idea, but she thought I was a bluegrass musician. So for years, she would buy me things like bolo ties and cowboy hats and big buckles to wear on
Dude, score.
right.
Oh, it's a lot of regifting opportunities there. Yeah, anyway, I won't ask you what happened to those, but yeah, I hear you. I hear you. It's well, um, Doug, I'm
Hmm.
back on you now. All right, so you had a long day. What was
Yeah.
over at the National Western?
The month of January is all about getting ready for stock show. So
Right. So is that
it
what you're
has
doing?
been, yeah, getting ready for stock show and kind of um, well, and we took a whole week and went to Oregon for Christmas, and so usually like it's a little. I've got more done at this point, but
Mm.
don't tell my boss that. But but I'm actually in really good shape for stock show. The National Western Stock Show is what is it, the 15th through the 21st of January, and
Yeah,
you should come on down because
I will
horses,
consider that.
cows,
I
and
know.
chickens
And we could do a
and
podcast
ukuleles.
there. And ukuleles. Are you gonna have the ukulele? What have you been having there? Ukulele
that's
talent show.
that's during Denver County Fair, which is
Okay, sorry.
yeah, it's a little bit more crazy as opposed to just animals everywhere, just
You
poop
mean having
everywhere.
which one is more crazy, the National Western Stock Show or the Denver Fair?
Well, they're both crazy in their own ways, so
Mm.
it works out.
Ah, all right. So you're preparing for that. So should we have like a podcast the weekend before the stock show?
It
It doesn't matter.
we usually do it that the third, obviously the third weekend, and it it doesn't matter. It's all of January is kind of crazy. So
Is that right? Okay. What do you have to do beforehand? Is it
oh well, there's so I've got actually 6 different stages that have different auctions and people doing kind of calf showing and goat showing and things. So there's lots of judges that are walking around with handheld wirelesses and
okay.
school groups that come in and they go, "Hey, this is an animal," and all the kids go, "No, that's not an animal." And we go, "Nope, you're right. That's just an intern in a suit." But it's what 21 days of the longest show I've ever done in my professional career. But this is my 5th one, so I've kind of got a knock on glass. I've got a little bit better idea of how it all goes together. So I have high hopes.
All right, so it's for the first like 21 days of January. When does it start?
So basically, it goes the 2 weeks on either side of Martin Luther King Jr. Day.
Okay.
So it starts the. Oh, and I can't look at my phone because the phone is what I'm using to.
Right.
That's where my calendar is. So
that's all right. Let me look it up here. The National Western
We'll have a link
Structure.
to that in the show notes. And
when you get them, National. I'm pronouncing National Western Stock Show. Here it is. Yeah. Okay. That's his How come the first link was to Wikipedia? That's weird.
Well, it's been around for 100 and this is the 113th year, so there's lots of Wikipedia things to talk about.
Wow. Okay. Well, it looks like it starts on January 8th or 9th, maybe. Does that sound right? Hold on.
Yeah.
Buy tickets. Go for it. On Thursday, January 10th, Dana Crawford will lead a national drive of Longhorn cattle. Yada yada.
Oh, so yeah, the 10th is the parade down the middle of downtown with the big Longhorns, and that's always kind of cool. And then so it starts on the 12th and goes through the 27th. There we go.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. Yep. And
so they parade Longhorn cattle through the streets of Denver.
Yep. It is. If you look in the show notes, I will have a link to that. But it is really kind of surreal, and it's funny too because there are a lot of people that are very into. Well, let's make Denver kind of a bring it into the 21st century, and as close as we get to a 21st century town, January, everybody goes crazy for stock show, and you've got these Longhorns going through the middle of downtown. And
so how many long what are they called?
Longhorn.
How many Longhorn cattle fit across in one street? Like 2 or 3, 4? Because I would imagine their Longhorns would get kind of tangled up.
We stack them on top of each other.
Oh,
so we have,
that's very efficient of you. Yeah.
Exactly. It's that's why I'm no longer in charge of the parade. So, they're like, Doug, why don't you go back to doing audio, and we'll deal with the parade.
Yeah. So, yeah. Well, that's coming up then.
Yeah, that's coming up. The Waterman, I really like it. It's very affordable. That's the key selling point, I think.
Yes. Like $50, right?
What now?
I think it's like $50. Probably on sale. It's less than that.
If you get it online, the purple one, it's $40.
Okay.
But it certainly has that kind of that plasticky sound. But I don't know. It stays in. I think it stays in tune pretty well, and it's fun, and I don't have to worry about banging it off of things. So
right. Well, and you can take it out in bad weather, and do whatever you need with it. And I saw. Go ahead.
Speaking of plastic ukes, I finally received my Close ukulele. Have you seen those on the internet?
Is this the carbon fiber one?
Carbon fiber ones, and they're famous in their video ads. They drop a cinder block on it.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's
you mentioned. I think you were mentioning it. I don't know if you got it at the time.
No, I got it. I finally got it.
Yeah,
and
wow.
I think they're based out of Salt Lake City.
Yeah.
They make carbon fiber travel guitars as well.
Mm-hmm.
But I got the uke, and it sounds really nice. It really does. It plays nicely. I didn't particularly care for the string spacing at the nut. I thought the string spacing was a little tight, so I just widened out the string spacing. I just put a different nut on it.
Okay, yeah.
And that was no big deal. But besides that, it plays in tune. It doesn't sound like a vintage,
yeah,
really high quality wood and something a luthier would make.
Hello.
Something high quality, something that a luthier would spend hours carving braces and things like that. No, it doesn't have that sound, but for what it is, it sounds pretty good. I'm looking forward to traveling with it.
Wow, yeah, and a lot of times when you're traveling, when you're performing, you'll probably plug in. How does does it have a pickup?
It has a pickup in it and like a Fishman preamp in the uke, and it sounds pretty good. It sounds just like a plugged in uke.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you said, once you plug them in, many ukes sound the same.
Right. Yeah, I think that'd be great.
Once you send it through a distortion pedal, they all sound the same.
True.
But it's pretty indestructible. My 8-month-old granddaughter was visiting for Christmas, and her toys were scattered all over the floor in the living room, and I brought the close uke and I laid it in front of her, and she was playing the uke. She was pulling on the strings,
yeah,
but I see some potential there. I really do see some potential. But she was taking her toys. She would take her plastic toys and just bang it into the face of the uke, flip it over, bang her toy. And the thing's indestructible. There's not even a scratch on it.
Wow. I need one of those because I do that to my ukuleles all the time, not on purpose, just when I'm trying to be careful. Did you do that on purpose to kind of test it out, test the ruggedness out? Was it like a stress test?
Yes and no. I just wanted to see her playing the uke. She really likes musical.
That's her calling you to tell you that.
Yeah, that's actually my son and granddaughter calling. It's Sunday. It's FaceTime with the Grandparents' Day.
Oh, is it really?
Yes.
Do you want that? You can have them join us, and they can.
So anyway, I'm pretty impressed with the close ukulele.
Yeah. Wow. I know a guy who was and you remember him, Doug. I can't remember Alan, whatever. He had an idea to do carbon fiber a while ago. I don't know if it was. I think it takes a lot to do it, and I don't think he had enough capital to really make it work. But I mean, this was maybe 5 or 6 years ago. So I'm glad.
Alan Rosen was working on a carbon fiber uke, and it was he ran into a lot of different difficulties. One of which is that he's not a luthier, so like the construction of ukuleles was kind of new to him as well. So it was it was kind of rough. But the one that he did make, I thought sounded okay.
Yeah. Oh, so he did finally make one. I was. I don't know if I ever played it or saw it. I thought it was a great idea, and if you could partner up with a luthier, I think they would be really cool. So we'll see. Maybe there'd be more. I'm guessing there'll be more. Okay, I'm getting hungry again. I better switch to myself again because I'm watching Duck eat. All right, so we got 2 from Gerald over there. We got the Zoom and the carbon fiber. If anyone's listening, I would love a carbon fiber ukulele tenor. So go for it. If you want to if you want to do product placement, I'll gladly do that.
We're not too proud to sell out as much as you possibly can on
well, my plan for this carbon fiber uke is right now I'm traveling with the Hive ukulele made by Jake McClay, and I'm using a low G on that uke because when Jake built the uke for me, he said I primarily build low G ukuleles. I said, yeah, but you could just put a high G on it, right? He goes, well, yeah, you can. So he built me the uke and he set it up for high G. And I had it, it was a very nice sounding uke. I had it for a year or so. And I just felt there was something missing in the ukulele, in the tone. And so last year, I had like 3 months off without a gig, so I put a low G on it. And as soon as I put the low G on the uke, the thing just came alive.
Started singing.
It started singing. So this uke was made for low G.
That is weird. Is it just the bracing, or what
I
does?
don't know what it is. You know, some instruments
Sprinkle
sound
magic
good,
on
really
it?
high pitched, and some instruments sound good lower pitch. You know,
Yeah.
you could take two Martin guitars, the same model as two
Mhm.
Martin D28 guitars, and they'd sound completely different.
Wow, that is
But anyway,
weird.
so
That is wild.
Pardon me?
Yeah, because one of them sounded like a trumpet.
So my plan for this carbon fiber thing is to just throw, when I travel to a gig, I'll carry the low G onto the plane, and I'll just throw the carbon fiber into my suitcase. You know, wrap T-shirts around it and things like that.
Right. So you don't have to pay for an extra piece of baggage, basically.
Well, right now when I fly, I carry my uke and a steel guitar.
Okay, yeah.
So there's my two. So that exhausts my carry-on allowance. I can't carry another uke. So.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. No, I'm with you. So that's a great idea, and because the second best thing, that's the second best thing to having a carbon fiber ukulele case, which I know you also have.
Yeah.
Because what do they call that? Well apportioned or whatever. Because that's what I think of as you, Gerald, or Sergey George. Anyway, you have some of the best things. So you got a carbon fiber ukulele. Doug, what else did you have that you want to talk about?
What do I have that I want to talk about? Well, let me tell you. The the other thing, the dumbest thing that I bought this year.
Dumbest things that you bought?
Oh,
that's what you want to talk about?
Oh yeah, because it's super awesome too. So as I've talked about many times on this show, I have a rig, a solid body rig that has a rotating like a swivel on the ukulele, so it's attached to the strap.
Yeah,
on just a single point.
Isn't this the ZZ Top one?
Well, and I've been practicing spinning it around.
Yeah.
But the cord always gets caught up.
Right.
Yeah. I found a transmitter that is just like a little nub thing that you just plug in, and you can spin that thing all day long. It is so awesome. And it once again, so my dad years and years ago told me, sometimes it makes sense to just go out and buy the thing that you want, as opposed to, because I must have bought 3 or 4 different kind of wireless transmitters to get this to work, and they all kind of work, but this works awesome. So I'm
okay. Wait. What type is this then? Because I'm looking for a new transmitter.
Well, it's not in my car, so I don't know what it's called, but it's black, and
okay. When you get home, would you
an X in it, or yeah?
Okay.
X transmit data 1/4-inch jack.
Yeah, you just failed your interview for a manufacturer's rep. Let me tell you that.
Exactly. Well, starting off by saying it's the dumbest thing I bought this year probably didn't endear me to anybody. But
I'm not even sure why you even said that, because that's one of the best, smartest things you got. Because then you can spin it around.
It was more expensive than it should have been. But it was one of those things where you go to the bank and you're like, man, I've got that much money. Oh, you know what I could buy? It was a terrible impulse buy. And,
it's all right.
Oh, it makes me super happy though. So
see, okay, all right. There you go, guys. All right, I'll email you to send me the link to whatever the transmitter you have. But I am looking for one too.
I actually am starting. I've got my list. I'll send you a list of.
All right.
Of
Okay.
to do.
Thank you. And thank you to what happened to Doug? Anyway, hopefully Doug will come back. I think you hit the mute on. There you go. All right. Okay. Whose turn is it? Did I already go? or is it Gerald's turn? I'm sorry, I don't want to cut in front of anyone. Because, although I need to be more assertive. But anyway, here's the next thing I got. It looks like a Tetris game, but it's not. Here, let's see if we can. And of course, it's not working. Why isn't it working?
Is the answer the metric system? Is that why it's not working?
I don't know what it is.
Everything on.
Yeah, I would too, except that I know it's my fault because here's what I didn't do. It's been really a busy, kind of difficult time here. So I did not do any preparation other than think of things, and I didn't try it out beforehand. And theoretically, this should be having some sound come out of it, and yet it's not. And why, I don't know. Internal.
What's it called, Stuart?
It's called synthesizer. It's a very cool little gadget, and I'll put a link in here. But if you guys have seen any of those synth or hip hop artists, when they start punching their whatever they want, your sequencer. It's basically a sequencer, and then you can do different sequences by just doing different patterns and using your finger to create patterns on this. And as it's going across there, it's playing those notes. Anyone who's into synths will know what I'm talking about. Anyway, it's for the iPhone. You can hook it up to your computer, and then you can have it run any instrument you want on your computer when you're recording. So that's what I'm going to do, and I'm just going to have fun playing around with that. And who knows what will come out of it. So far, it's like the hardest part was just trying to get it hooked up to my computer. And once I got that going, I started having a lot of fun, and I'm going to continue to do that. So there's mine. I don't even know. I think that was number 2 or 3 for me. So now I think it's Gerald's turn. Anything else, Gerald, that you have?
That I got for Christmas,
or it doesn't have to be for Christmas. Something that, what else did I say? A gadget, a song. What new songs have you been up to?
Well, I've been working on some songs. Let's see. Over Christmas, my kids, both my sons, who are now 30 and 33 years old, and their respective spouses and families and significant others, they all came
for you, because I'm no
Christmas. And whenever I meet up with my kids for a holiday, we always drag out the instruments and play tunes.
Mm-hmm.
So one of my sons played the guitar, the other one played the bass, and I played the uke, and we were just, it was Christmas time. We were, they brought a good bottle of scotch. We drank some scotch, and we started playing tunes. And one of the tunes we were playing was "Help Me, Rhonda" by the Beach Boys.
Yes.
And I go, man, those are really nice chords, So after that session, I started working on "Help Me, Rhonda" as a solo ukulele piece, not as an instrumental piece, not to sing it. And the melody is a very nice melody. So I started working on that. What else am I working on?
I can only think of the chorus, "Help me, Rhonda, help, help." And other than that, I'm blank. Wow.
Well, that's the most important part of the song.
It is. So wow, you ever thought about publishing these tabs or something?
I have no idea how to do that. And I know how to put out audio CDs, and I know the whole legality of that and getting royalties and paying for royalties. I think the book world's a completely different world.
It is slightly different. Jim Beloff, though?
Yes.
Run across him. Well, he's like the king of publishing.
Yeah, I did a festival with Jim a few months ago in Albuquerque.
Oh, all right.
And we hung out a lot, and he was telling me, he says it's not as hard as you think.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if you put out a book with all public domain music.
Oh yeah, well that's different. No, but he puts out all kinds of music, public domain and otherwise, that are still in copyright. Although New York Times just published that starting in January, there's a whole bunch of songs and literature that are going to be back in the public domain. So start start looking for that, because Congress tacked on another like 25 years. They called it what do they call it? The Mickey Mouse copyright, because Disney really petitioned and to get that copyright extended on Mickey Mouse. Yeah. And so anyway, that is now running out. And so there's going to be a whole bunch of public domain songs.
So yeah, I'm also thinking of doing a video of a workshop that a brand new workshop that I tried out this summer at Kathy and Marcy's festival, the festival they put on in Washington, or Bethesda, Maryland, the Strathmore Ukulele Festival.
Oh yeah,
I did this new workshop where it was almost like a master class, where I would take a song. I think I did Sweet Georgia Brown, and I would play the song. And I would start doing variations on it, instrumental variations, and I would stop and I would explain the chord shapes I was using and what scale I was using to get this sound, and it went over really well. That people would some things that I would do that I didn't think were that important. They would stop me. They say, "How are you doing that?" And so I'm thinking of maybe I could just do a little video of a tune, might be a 10-minute video or so. So that's one project cooking in the back of my mind.
I think that'd be great. Just maybe make a little series on that or whatever. But more workshops the better. I'm all for that. Nice. Okay, so that is your new song. Doug is back on the road. I think he's heading home. Do you want me to go, and then while you think of something?
Yeah. Why don't you do that?
How near are you to home?
Oh, pretty close.
All right. Okay. I'll stall for time. No, it's not. It's not stalling. It's not stalling.
It's stalling. Don't say stall while you're driving.
Yeah. Don't say stall while you're driving. Let's see. So speaking of songs, I don't know if I thought of this in advance or just when I asked for a song. New song that after watching Guardians of the Galaxy 2, and do you know the song that opens up that movie, right? Do you know? Have you guys seen it? I know that Doug has, and Doug.
I'm trying to think of what, because the soundtrack to both of those are really pretty good. Nice 70s funky vibe.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of what the opening of Guardians 2 is.
I'll give you well, you probably remember only the fight scene, and that actually wasn't the opening scene. Right before that was a flashback where his mother, you figure out later on, is in a car with Kurt
Russell.
Kurt Russell, yeah.
Snake.
Yes, Snake from Escape from New York, right? And they're singing a song on the radio. What
Was it Jingle Bells?
No.
No.
It's been called one of the most perfect storytelling songs ever written.
I know what it is.
What? Go ahead, Gerald. Did you?
El Paso. By
No.
Marty Robbins.
Although I'm sure that's a good one.
Shoo-wop-a-doo-dah. What is that?
It's a type of drink.
Tequila. That's a great story song.
It is, but it wasn't tequila.
Wendy's Frosty.
Wendy's Frosty. Oh, come on, guys. It was about a sailor. It was about a sailor, and he chooses. Yes,
spinach juice.
Come on, guys. Are you just pulling my leg?
Wait, Gin and Juice by Snoop Dogg.
All right, you're just doing this to stall, aren't you?
We're just filling up time. We got another 4 minutes to fill up on this podcast.
And everyone wants those 4 minutes back from their lives. No, it's Brandy by Looking Glass. Oh,
Brandy, you're a fine girl. That's
yes. and you play it and you can't get it out of your head. And so I decided, hey, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to learn that song and play it so that people can't get it out of their heads.
Wait a second. Was it the Pina Colada song?
No, Brandy, you're a fine girl.
Isn't that one of those, like, it's like an underdog song, and he's saying, Brandy, you're okay. I don't even know what the words are in that song.
Oh, it's a story about a sailor. He visits this port, there's a port on a Western Bay, and they serve 100 ships a day. And she's a barmaid there. And he comes to visit, gives her a gift, and she falls in love with him. But he tells her, "Hey, I'm a sailor, and the love of my life is really the sea and sailing." And she's heartbroken.
Oh, was it Margaritaville?
Okay.
And they fit this whole story into 3 minutes.
They did, and it's amazing. That's why it's such an amazing storytelling song. And anyway, okay, so I learned it. It was someone said that Dave Dale said, and hey, there's a simpler version. I don't know what the simpler version is. I played this version, which, like, it's changing chords every beat, it feels like, but anyway, it works on the ukulele. And then I started thinking, this is a great song to really, like a worm that you can put in someone's head. I didn't do this on purpose, but I thought, you know what, I'm going to do audience participation. And so, the chorus, they have, Brandy, you're a fine girl. You're a fine girl. What a good wife.
Yeah. That's how it goes, right? Oh, Brass Monkey by the Beastie Boys. That's about a drink, right?
Are you still trying to guess this song?
Was it Brass Monkey? Right. You can tell me.
All right. Anyway, you're harassing now. Anyway, so anyway, I got the audience to do the call and response part in the chorus, and I'm fairly confident that at least one or two of them are still singing that song today. And that was like 4 weeks ago when the gig was, 3 or 4 weeks ago. So that was my new song. And then I realized that it said there's a port on the Western Bay, and it's about a fishing or a town with lots of sailing boats that, obviously when the fishermen came into port. And I realized that I could put this song back to back with the song Lahaina. You guys, that song? Okay, and it's not by the Beastie Boys, Doug. It's by Loggins and Messina, or Lilo and Stitch if you're younger.
So right. Was this guy a recreational sailor, or a military sailor, or a fisherman? I mean, it matters in the song.
It does it?
Oh wait, Son of a Sailor. That's by Jimmy Buffett.
Oh, like if he's a recreational sailor, there's some money.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't a recreational sailor. It's pretty clear that this is a professional sailor. Where they went out on the ships.
And, he wasn't just an amateur.
Right. No amateurs here. All right. So Lahaina, you guys are doing great in terms of stalling, or what did you say, filling in time?
Mm-hmm.
Because it's been a while, and I haven't even gotten through halfway through this, and I could have been done in 2 minutes.
We're ruining this song for you. You're never going to be able to play this song again.
Okay, where was I? Lahaina. So I put the two songs together. Lahaina is on the island of Maui. All right, and it's actually. Do you guys know the history of the town?
No.
Way back when Westerners started coming over to Hawaii, it was a huge whaling town where ships would come in from all over the Pacific to
professional ships.
Professional. This is not amateur hour. And they would get all of their provisions, their water, food, meat, whatever it is, and of course they would go into the town and they would drink. So Lahaina, the town, is on a western side of Maui, and so it's a western bay, and it is a bay. So I said, hey, look, Brandy is about a port on a western bay, and so is Lahaina. And so I did them back to back, and I said this is the connection. Although the writer of that song said there is really this just a made up story. It's not really about anyone or any place. So there you have it. And there's a lot of the backstory, by the way, on Brandy. If you look it up on the internet, everyone says, "Oh, you know."
You sure it wasn't Brass Monkey?
Doug, are you at home yet?
Almost.
All right, because you've done really good at filling in the time and stalling, but see, that's it. That was my song. All right, now I can leave it up to you, or we can go back to Gerald.
Okay, what's the
Go
question?
Ahead. I'm still on the top 5 things that you got: a gadget, a song, anything new, anything that you did. Maybe even hey, yeah, Gerald, what new ukulele festivals have you gone to?
Have I gone to in the last?
Just anything new this year that you haven't done before, like last year.
I went to Europe. I went to the Czech Ukulele Festival in Prague.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was fun. I met a lot of the European musicians, and we played together and had a great time. A lot of beer. Oh my God!
Wow. Did you do any deals? Did you do any real estate deals with Russians out there?
No.
No. Okay.
But it was a fun time. It's held in a beautiful little town outside of Prague.
Wow.
Up in the mountains, and it's like stepping back into time going into this town. And the festival itself is held at a brewery in the town.
Really?
So there's a lot of beer, a lot of food, a lot of music. It's a really great time.
Wow.
But the weird thing is that this summer there was a heat wave going on in Europe. So the festival, it was like close to 100 degrees every single day. You know
what?
Yes.
100 degrees, but it's really isn't it humid? Isn't it humid there too?
No, it was so hot. I can't remember if it was humid or not. It was just really bad.
Wow.
You know, and usually when you go to Prague, you don't pack sunscreen with you, but this time it was really. But you know, people made the best of it. They drank a lot of beer and kept cold, and there was really great music there. I met a lot of great musicians, and that was fun.
Wow. The organizers, I mean, they brought you all the way over. That's pretty expensive, actually.
Yeah.
Is it, how well attended is that? Is it how big a festival is it?
I don't know. Well, you know, there were a lot of people there. I can't even give you a number. I would say maybe 300, 400 people.
Okay, yeah, that's decent.
They were all crowded into the brewery. One night they had a concert out at the town outside of Prague, a historic town. I can't remember the name of the town, but there's a beautiful old cathedral there, and they set up a stage right next to the cathedral, and that was a fun evening. That was part of the festival. Then we went back to back to this little town outside of Prague for the main portion of the festival.
Wow. And who else was there that we might know?
Let me think. Who was there?
Was Zoe there? Zoe Bestel?
Yes, she was. She was there. A great instrumentalist from Elizabeth Pfeiffer. That's who. She's a instrumentalist ukulele player. I think she lives in Italy now. She was good. And Opera Lely.
Yes.
You heard of that group?
I have, and I was always wondering, you know, what is that about?
They are a fantastic act. It's a couple. Everyone thinks they're married, but yeah, they are married, but to different people. But they really on stage they have this almost a husband and wife type of comedy rapport between them.
Yeah,
and they're both trained opera singers.
No kidding.
Oh, yeah, they've got both of them, Mandy and George. Mandy and George, Opera Lely. And they've got beautiful operatic voices. And to be honest with you, I think they're probably making more money on the ukulele circuit than they can in the opera world.
Well, yeah, I think it's pretty hard to get in the elite, you know, where you're.
But what they do is their act, they take very accessible opera songs that everyone
Mm,
has heard before in their lives. They don't do some obscure opera. It's all
mhm.
the top 40 hits of opera, which have been
Yeah,
modified to become comedy routines and
yeah.
also ukulele songs.
Kill the
They're,
rabbit, kill the
yeah,
rabbit. That
yeah.
one. Yeah.
And so they're great. They've got a wonderful stage show, and they're entertaining, and they're good musicians.
Wow. And so they sing opera and play ukulele at the same time. By the way, Doug, I've got you muted, so don't worry about it. Just wave at us when you want us to unmute you.
And it's very accessible. If people say, "Oh, I hate opera," my mother used to make me listen to it.
Yeah.
This is not that at all. This is a total. Yes, they have their musical chops, and yes, they can sing, but it's a totally entertaining show.
Hmm. Wow, that's cool. What was I thinking? Oh, when I think of the popular opera kind of stuff, did you ever watch the movie The Fifth Element? They
No,
have an actual part in there where this diva is singing, this alien diva, and she sings. A part of it is opera and hip hop and pop, and it was really good. So I imagine maybe that's what it's about. Well, cool. So you had opera Lele, Elizabeth Pfeiffer,
yeah.
uh,
Who else did I meet there? Jake Smithies.
Jake
Jake,
Smithies.
young
Okay, I
guy,
haven't heard of him.
He plays bass. He's in a band with his father,
Uh huh.
and you see, if I knew I was gonna be asked these questions. I have all the names prepared. Now I'm drawing blanks. Uh, they have a good band together. They really sounded nice. They played on the main stage and also at the cathedral. And who else was there? Who else was there? I can't remember now.
Hmm.
Oh, Peter Moss.
Peter
Peter Moss.
Moss.
Yeah, Peter is starting to play more in the United States now. And Peter's a very good instrumentalist in both like the George Formby style and also swing and blues style.
Hmm. Wow. Uh, so the Czech Republic, I'm still in shock that there's all these ukulele festivals in different parts of Europe that they bring all these people over. I mean, I guess they just go out on the internet and find all these people, and
I
they find
guess
there's enough. Did you get to talk to people? What are they? What are they into over there in terms of ukulele? Are
it's
they?
pretty much the same as in the United States. There are people like to get together in a
Mm-hmm.
pub and strum their ukuleles and sing songs.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, that's it. So it feels the same. But the one thing I did notice about the European crowds is the
Mm-hmm.
European audience tends to
Yeah.
be a little bit younger than the USA audience.
Interesting.
USA
Interesting.
audience, you get a lot of baby boomers in there. And
Yes,
yeah,
you
you'll have
do.
baby boomers in the Czech or European audiences, but
Yeah.
I'd say the average age, just my uneducated guess, for
Mhm.
that crowd at the Czech Fest was probably, in their 40s.
Mm. I wonder if it's part of it is the pub culture because I also noticed that in Europe, they have ukulele clubs, quote unquote. In fact, in London, they have this ukulele Wednesdays where there's a bunch of pubs on Wednesdays where they hold ukulele gatherings. Uh, but I think the pub atmosphere is a little bit different than just a regular ukulele club here in the U.S. Obviously more drinking happening and food.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if that contributes to the age too. Where there's more because if it's a pub crowd, it attracts more younger people. So that's interesting though. Really, really cool to hear that there's a slightly younger demographic over in Europe. I'm still blown away that they could attract that many people in the Czech Republic to have a festival that large.
Well, the thing is, things are pretty close together in Europe.
It's true. It's true. So you could probably just, if you wanted to go that, you could just catch a train maybe and go over
Well,
there.
a man came up to me at the festival,
Mm-hmm.
and he was from Poland, and he could hardly speak English,
Hmm.
but his adult son, spoke English, and he came up to me. He said he had to meet me because he listened to my videos or watched my videos, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And he was born on the same day that I was born. Same day, same year.
Oh, wow.
So he wanted to meet me. But you know, the point I'm trying to make is he drove from Poland to this festival.
Wow.
And there were people who drove from France and Italy and wherever just to attend this festival.
Wow. That is incredible. Well, I think that is great that it has a draw. And I think, you know, I believe it's a little bit of, what do I want to say? Even though it's maybe a smaller crowd, they're more into it, you know, for some reason, you know, it creates a passion for them.
Oh, I remember who else was there. Andy Eastwood.
Oh, yeah.
Andy Eastwood. Andy's
From
a
the
really nice
UK.
guy. This is like the second or third gig I've done with him.
Mm-hmm.
Very friendly guy. He has a whole part of his act that is George Formby style.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And he
Yeah.
nailed it. He's got it down. He knows how to sing the lyrics, how to act out the lyrics, and how to play the uke.
Yeah.
And he's a good all-around musician as well. He plays the violin beautifully. So he was there too. It was
wow.
fun.
Well, they just did an article on him in the current Ukulele magazine, and they talked about the history. And yeah, I get mixed up between him and George Formby. I mean, I almost just mash them together because I've never seen him.
George Formby's dead.
I know, but
Andy's
I keep
like
seeing
35 years old.
I keep seeing him and thinking, oh, that's George Formby. Well, no, George Formby's dead.
Right.
Anyway, it's just interesting how that works out.
Well, you shouldn't mash people together. That's not good.
I do mash them together. Hey, you're back.
Yeah, although the battery on my phone is almost dead. So, yeah, it never rains, but it pours. So.
Do you have a charger cord there?
I do, and it's not charging for some reason. So, yeah.
Uh-oh.
It's yeah. Today is awesome.
It's one of those days, and yeah, I've been having a lot of those lately. Wow, like yeah, I had to. I don't want to say it that I threw it together, but this podcast was just the things were not lining up, and I was just wondering what is going on. Let's see. So, did you have one, Doug, that you wanted to talk about? The anything new or things you did? Top 5, bottom 5?
Nope. But the Uke Fest was really good this year.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I'm doing awesome.
Yeah, because the Uke Fest was great because you got to meet Gerald Ross.
Oh yeah, well,
yeah, that was a real fun weekend.
You are really, really funny, by the way. I just, you know, and it's funny because we really have talked a lot, but
over the years, yeah.
But I am a big fan. I thought your ukulele playing was okay, but was so awesome that
the whole package, the entertainment factor.
Exactly.
Yes, yep. That's me, Mr. Personality, Mr. Entertainment.
Oh, it is. It's really, really, yeah. Yeah, we got to. I got to meet Kathy and Marcy, and I think that was the first time I met Sarah Mizell and Craig Chi. I'm pretty sure that was.
Yeah, and it was the people putting on the festival. They really took care of us nicely. It was very comfortable, a nice green room, nice sound system. It was excellent.
We will tell them that because Doug goes there on a regular basis for his ukulele gathering.
Yep.
And
as a matter of fact, we had a get together yesterday. And the theme was Mondegreens.
What is that?
So
how do you even spell it?
It's spelled like it sounds. But it's like, excuse me while I kiss this guy, and then I saw her face. Now I'm going to leave her. Kind of it was an entire theme made up of misheard song lyrics.
Right. Yeah. There's like, Benny and the Jets is a good one too. mishear. Yeah. And that's called Montegreens?
Because and they're gonna be upset with me because I can't remember the dude's name, but there was an old song where they said that they killed Lord somebody or other and laid him on the green, and everyone heard it as they killed Lord somebody or other and Lady Mondegreen.
Oh, I see. So, Lady Montegreens. Okay, got it.
Yeah.
No, there's a lot of that. But yeah, Rocket Man, Benny and the Jets, a lot of Led Zeppelin songs, I think.
Hold Me Closer, Tony Danza.
Yeah, that's a good one.
We looked for headlights on the highway, you know.
All right. Yeah, I think we got some good stuff here. Okay, let's wrap it this part of, oh, wait a minute. Hold on. See, let's talk about the podcast. Okay, let me get my face back up on here. Hey, everybody, patrons and listeners, I'm taking the requisite break during the show to talk about the show and Patreon. And but before I do, let's find out from Gerald what's coming up for you in the new year. What have any new albums or projects?
Well, I'm due for a new album. Excuse me. And I don't know if I should put out a CD or just do a download album. You know, I've been talking to my musical colleagues about that.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm still undecided, so I will do something this year.
Great. Well, I mean, you can always do a download or just download, prepare it for download, and then if you want, you can just publish a CD also.
Yeah, that's true, and because downloading is the way. I mean, not even downloading. I mean, streaming. That's what's going on now.
Yeah. Well, streaming you don't make any money on, as far as I can tell.
Well, they play your song 800 times, and you make 2 cents.
Exactly. Yeah. So that's, I don't know. I hear the way to go is vinyl. Yeah.
But I don't want to carry that stuff. That stuff weighs a ton. I don't want to carry that around to festivals.
Vinyl is final.
All right.
Yeah.
So this year coming up, I've got the Reno Uke Fest. I'll be back there. And that's
great.
The first weekend of May. And of course, I'm doing the Ashokan Fest this year. I'm the organizer for that.
Yeah.
And it's Memorial Day weekend, the weekend of the 25th.
Great. I'm still trying to apply for a job as a help in the kitchen.
Pardon me?
I'm still trying to apply to see if I can get accepted to do help in the kitchen at the Ashokan.
Yeah.
Because you told me about all of the great things about it.
Oh yeah, it's a fun time, and
I just need a scholarship, and I'm wondering,
registration is open now, and I think you can apply for those.
Can you?
Yeah, because what it does is it knocks some money off of your registration fee.
All right.
And it's not hard work either. It really isn't.
Oh, is there? Are you serious? There actually is that?
Yes.
I was just kidding.
It takes a lot of people to put on a festival,
Oh yeah, absolutely. And I know what you're saying.
We feed the people for
I know.
They get 3 meals a day, and there's a professional kitchen there.
I know, and the way you described it sounded amazing. I was like, wow.
Yeah, they always need people to help out. You're not going to prepare the food, I'll tell you that. But
that's okay. They wouldn't want me to. Although I can do a pretty good rack of lamb, believe it or not.
That's not in our budget.
Okay, all right.
So I'll do Ashokan, and James Hill is the headliner this year.
Hey, James.
Yeah, this is James' 3rd time at Ashokan. They love him there, and we love him.
Yeah.
Who else? Casey McGill. We're getting Casey McGill.
Casey, yes. Yeah. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Bring the cat back. Hold on. This is
the internet. Now we're going to do well on the internet.
Now as soon as there you go. Oh, that is a cutie.
Mm-hmm.
What's his or her name?
That's Hunter. We got her because we had mice in the house, and then we didn't.
Oh, you're kidding.
Oh, no, she's good at it.
Wow. Good mouse.
I had somebody say, cats, when they catch mice, they don't kill them right away. They torture them for a while. And I said, well, she can waterboard the thing as far as I care, as long as she ends up eating them at the end, and she does.
It's like self-cleaning. Wow, that's awesome. Okay.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt, but I thought we would try and capture that cat the cat portion of the internet.
The cat, yes, and I think you've done it. You have done it. All right, so Oshokin, you're doing Oshokin.
And what else? And then in June, I'm playing at Steve Kaufman's Bluegrass Camp in either Tennessee or Kentucky. I can't remember. I think it's Tennessee. And that's a complete week of bluegrass music, where banjos, fiddles, mandolin, and I'm teaching ukulele there.
Okay, well, see, this is where the bolo ties and everything come.
Yeah, I guess.
See, so your relative was not far off.
Right.
All right.
So
Wow.
I'll be the only person on nylon strings that whole week.
Oh, wow. Yeah, everyone else is going to be steel strings. Okay.
And I got the Palm Springs Festival in California that wraps up my 2019.
Great.
And a Royal City Uke Fest in Guelph,
Yes.
Ontario.
Yes, with Cynthia.
Cynthia, right.
Yeah.
And hopefully the HSGA is going to have another, Hawaiian Steel Guitar Association is going to have another Fort Collins, Colorado.
I hope so.
Festival. It's on their calendar. Let's see what happens.
Okay, well, we'll see. I had a lot of fun there.
I'll see you there.
Great. I got to back up Chris with Kit Simon. I don't know if you met Kit when you came out here. Shout out.
So. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? I need to give a shout out to the Kalama Polynesian dancers. They hire me on a regular basis, and I have so much fun with them. It's such a fun gig, and yeah, that's where I caused everyone to remember Brandy for the rest of their lives. So I hope they have me back. All right, Doug is coming back online, but while he's coming back online, there he is. All right, what? Anyway, Doug, what's coming up for you guys? You look like you went. Oh, now we lost you. All right, I'm gonna talk first, and then I'll let you talk, Doug. Once we get this all straightened out. Want to thank the biggest supporters of the show on Patreon. Thank you so much, guys, for sticking with us and helping us out. I keep hearing about people who discover the ukulele and then they start listening to the podcast and they learn so much. Although on this podcast, I'm not sure what they'll learn, but I hope they learn something. So we want to keep going. I don't know, where it's going to go. I would love to do this a few more years at least, and be the longest running ukulele podcast, because we're nearing 10 years. This is like coming up on our 8th year. A few more years and we'll reach a decade. And Doug, can you believe it? We've known each other for more than 10 years, because I remember first meeting you when we were playing Bookham Dano, and we saw this one. It was started raining over at the
Taste.
Yeah. And we were like, "There's a stalker out there. There's only one guy watching us because it's raining." And I think you had
It was another one of those cases where, Victor and Penny were talking about, that I think as soon as you hit the stage, it was like, yeah, no time to center yourself, no time to get ready. Just right. Doug wants music right now.
Right.
That's what I do best.
It's true. And I didn't really know Doug very well at that time. And I thought maybe I met him somewhere, but it was still weird that there's this only basically at the end, one guy in the rain watching us play, because it started raining during the gig. And so I was like, boy, that's a little bit creepy. And then I found out it was Doug. But
yeah, I'm a lot bit creepy. So, we got that going for us.
Yeah. But getting back to what I should be on topic about is the support we get. For example, I think both Gerald and Doug are using mics that I was able to provide
Yes.
based on the support I'm getting. So I hope everyone continues. And please, everybody, tell more people. I mean, the most important thing is to get this podcast into more people's hands and heads so that they can listen to the ukulele, find out about all these great artists. Because, I think this is one of the unique parts about it. We have so many different uh, uh, people on, talk about different things. We don't talk about just one thing. And that's the strength of the show. There's other podcasts you can go to, other really great um, ukulele videos too about specific things. This kind of cuts across all of that and goes where no ukulele player has gone before. So thank you so much. We're looking forward to doing more in the new year. Please support us. Please continue to help us out. Tell everyone about the OokTown Podcast, OOKTOWN.com/podcast, or go to Patreon, patreon.com/OokTown, OOKTOWN. And thank you so much for your support. And now back to you, Doug. What's coming up for the Denver ukulele community?
January meeting, which even before I worked at the National Western Stock Show, it was always the country and Western meeting, because number one, in Colorado, that's very popular, and number two, even before I worked there, I was always really excited about the stock show, and then and now I don't get to go to the January meeting because I'm busy.
Yeah.
But it's always one of our, like, everybody loves the country and Western. Well, everybody gets a chance to wear their bolo ties and things.
Right.
So,
There's where Jared could regift some of his stuff. Hey, Doug, why don't you check your mic? I'm thinking it's the built. Did you mean to use the built-in mic there?
Yeah, no, but yeah, I will check that out.
All right. Okay. And as we're wrapping this up, oh, yeah, if you see James Hill or contact him, I don't know. I don't have a good contact for him, but I'd really like to get him on and have a I don't know, ukulele educators program. And I'm sure if I tell everyone, hey, I got James Hill on there, they'll all want to jump on a bunch of guests and we can talk about the state of the ukulele education. I'm also wanting to get a shout out to Corey and Patchen from Ukulele Kids Club. Is that right? I think it's called the Ukulele Kids Club. Yeah, UKC. I've been trying to get them on there. Hopefully I will at some point, and we can talk about the healing power of the ukulele and music therapy with ukulele. I'm looking forward to that. Anything else? Oh, yeah. Last thing we're going to talk about ukulele goals for 2019. And then I'm going to give my spiel. I give this spiel of what's a goal versus a resolution. And I encourage people, I know for myself, it works a lot better when I think of these as goals that I'm going to do in 2019 versus resolutions. The reason that I do it this way is because when you make a resolution and you don't, exactly all achieve everything in that resolution, it feels like you failed. Oh, I broke the resolution to, lose weight or whatever. Whereas a goal is more something that you can work towards. And I'm telling you, I have a bunch of goals that I don't meet every goal every year, but I work on them and then I just roll them over to the next year. And for some reason, that feels a lot better than a resolution, because for resolution for me is like a one and done kind of thing. So that's my approach. Jared, what are your thoughts?
Well, I would say musically, my goals for the next year are to really understand the software that I'm using. My audio recording software, and my video editing software.
Yeah.
Now that I'm retired from my day job, I've been retired for 2 years or so.
Oh,
I
is
have the
that
time
long?
to actually read the manuals.
Yeah.
Before I would, I had this really nice software. I had Pro Tools. I had some other video software, and I would just brute force my way through them. I would
Yeah.
never look at the manuals. I just didn't have the time. And now I'm actually sitting down and learning this stuff, and it's paying off.
That is wild, because that is definitely one of my goals, because it's kind of one of those things I've got to learn so that I can do the recordings that I want to do. And it sort of sounds like it fits in what you're doing too, because I've got a bunch of tools. You're right. And a lot of times I don't even take advantage of all of the features of it. And so now like I'll go and so break it down into small little goals, like, oh, figure out how to use the sequencer MIDI function with
Mm-hmm.
this program, so that I can connect it to the Mac. And then the next step is, connect it up to the synth and record the synth, and just keep building and building and building. So I'm working towards that big goal of, yeah, I've got a music production workflow that now I can start recording songs. And I didn't mean to co-opt that, but
No, that's one of my goals for this coming year. Also, try to lose weight and take off 30 years. That would be nice.
yeah, I'm with you. Yeah, I'm getting into the AARP stage. So I mean, yeah. Well, I'm not going to talk about it in this one, but it's retiring is a tough thing, especially with the healthcare, and I really wish they'd make it easier on us. I know, Doug, you don't have to worry because you're years away from retirement. Because I can tell you don't look 30.
See, I feel 80 today, but but and thankfully I have a very smart wife that oh actually and she has been working on retirement savings for both of us, and then she the check just goes to her and she's like, here is your money for this week. I'm like, great. So
Nice.
yeah, she is fantastic.
Yeah.
And definitely I am a lot better situated to be a wife. But what was the question?
Any goals for the year?
Oh, the one of my main goals is to play more ukulele. I think it's been this last year has been kind of a rough one.
Mhm.
As I discussed a little while ago, one of my kids is having some problems with depression and anxiety, and
Yeah.
so we end up going to a lot of doctors and things,
Yeah.
and a lot of times, surprisingly, in waiting rooms they don't want you to play ukulele. So, but it's
Well,
maybe that would be better. I don't know.
I think this whole thing is for ukulele. I think there's this music therapy part of it. That's why I really want to get someone from the UKC on here and talk about it. But yeah, my heart goes out to you, Doug. Let me know if you need anything here. But yeah, that's tough. So, well, the goals.
Well,
Go ahead.
and especially today, just in particular, when we came back from Oregon, she stayed with our grandparents or Kai's folks out in Oregon, so
Mhm.
that during January, when neither Kai or I are really around, she would have somebody to hang out with, and it's hard.
Mm.
It's hard to let well, and the deal is that she's 17 years old, so she's a young lady that but it's hard to leave your little baby girl.
Yeah,
Yeah, so
yeah,
it's been a difficult time.
yeah. Well, it sounds like, though, that that's what she needs, the care she needs, and so that's a good thing to have grandparents like that. And
Yeah, it's
even though it's hard to leave
thank
her.
goodness.
Yeah, yeah. Well, getting back to goals here, I think my goal for next year is also to try and formulate more strategies around. Um, I know this sounds like finality, but it's more about what's next. And I really would like to work on creating a ukulele network of podcasts. I know that we've got Ukulele Abe and his ukulele podcast, and I need to kind of keep up with what's going on on his podcast. But there's other ones that are either been ongoing, and I know Crabbers has started up doing more podcasting again, and there's Rose down in Ukulele Highway down in Australia, and I'm just thinking, maybe we should form a network so that we're kind of letting everyone know, hey, there's a whole range of podcasts about ukulele that you can listen to. So that's kind of been rattling around in my head, and I'll see how much time. Unfortunately, I have a full-time job too, and hopefully sometime I'll retire. But until then, oh, what is this? Embrace
That
the
is the picture of the Longhorns going down out in front of Union Station
There you go.
in downtown Denver. That
Nice.
I promised long ago. So for all you people that are just listening to the podcast, this is exciting stuff. But
Awesome.
see, these are cows here, and that's the city.
I think
Yeah.
cattle. What's the difference? Anyway, steers, cattle. I have no idea. All right. Well,
It's funny. I actually know the difference now. So that's
so one of them is castrated, right? Anyway, you don't. You can. Go ahead.
Exactly.
All right. So that's another of my goals. Any other goals you guys want to share? We've been here. We've been at it for a while. I think we can wrap this up real soon.
That's about it for me. No
All
more
right.
goals. I'm just gonna slog on through life.
Yeah, I'm getting exhausted here just talking about it. Well, so all you people out there, I think one of my bigger goals is to really also continue to spread the joy of ukulele, get it into more people's hands. I know at the church I go to, I at a service, I mentioned that. I said, what can we do? And one of the things I said is, more ukulele. And, they started, I didn't start it up. They, on their own, started up this ukulele group that I just kind of helped push it along and did some workshops. And they're doing great. And those are the kind of things I love to see, that hopefully it's that little seed of an idea that gets planted. And I want that to grow throughout the internet universe. So that's my wish for the upcoming year. And with that, let's wrap this up. Doug, what's the next? Oh, the next one is in January, which I know you're going to be at the National Western, but what is the theme anyway?
It's cowboy songs.
Of course, you already mentioned that, and it makes so much sense. Cowboy songs. Awesome. All right. And Gerald.
Yes.
Well, you've already mentioned you're going to have a bunch of festivals, a Shokin, et cetera, et cetera. What are your current CDs and where do you get them?
Well, I have 6 ukulele CDs, and they're all instrumental. There's no vocals on it. You could buy my CDs with confidence, knowing that that I do not sing on them. You could get them through CD Baby, or you can get them on my website, or you can stream them through Spotify, or you could download from iTunes or Amazon. Yeah, I'm
here all over the place.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's where you can get them.
Well, best of luck that you get on someone's Spotify playlist, or even better yet, that they download it from CD Baby, because I think they. I'm telling you that it's so nice to have CD Baby where you can download it. You get a really good compensation, and you don't have to worry about physical media keeping that in stock. So I think that's really cool. All right. That about wraps it up for the show, guys. Thank you so much. I know I just threw this together at the last minute. I was just trying, and just things were happening. And boy, I really appreciate you guys jumping in, joining me on the podcast. And,
it was fun today.
Yeah. All right, guys. So on 3, let's all say aloha. 1, 2, 3. Aloha.
Aloha.
Ah.
Ha.
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 Ha.